Okay, hey guys, so I'm going to answer your guys' questions now. Jaden's asleep, and we just got back from a family Christmas party, so I'm going to try to get this done really fast. I'm going to have my laptop in front of me reading the questions, so. Okay, the first question is, when you were cloth diapering, what was your favorite diaper that you used? I'm looking for a trim but super absorbent diaper. Well, we are still cloth diapering, and I get the question on what my favorite diaper is so many times. Like, I get it at least like once a week, and I don't have a favorite, so it's really hard to answer that question. I like every single diaper we have for different reasons. So, and my favorite changes weekly. One week I'll be in love with one diaper, the next week I'll love a different diaper. So it all just depends. I love them all for different reasons, but right now I'm really enjoying the Charlie Banana one size pocket diapers, the Bum Genius Elemental, and the Tot Spots Easy Fit are probably my three favorite as of right now. But like I said, it changes weekly, and I like them all for different reasons. And as far as a trim but super absorbent diaper would go, I would probably go with a pocket diaper with hemp inserts in it. Hemp is very absorbent, but also very trim. So I would try something along those lines. The Tot Spots Easy Fit is also pretty trim, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's the most absorbent diaper. Okay, next question. Oh, and as far as Jaden's different stages go, he's kind of been in like the same stage. Like, we didn't start cloth diapering him until he was 14 months. So we've been cloth diapering for about 10 months now, almost a year, and I don't know. The diapers that we're using right now I like, and he hasn't really changed that much since we started, so. Next one. When do you plan on having another wee brother or sister for Jaden? And with Christmas coming up soon, do you guys have any traditions you have started now as a family yourself? And do you have a particular routine on Christmas Eve in preparation for Santa? Just I find as I now have my own family that I follow, the traditions/routines that my folks did with us as children and such. Just wonder, do you find yourself doing same or new ones? It's kind of hard for us to incorporate our own traditions right now, since we are currently living with Thomas's parents, so we kind of just go with the flow and do what they do and things like that. But as far as like the traditions Thomas and I have started, we bake cookies for Santa Christmas Eve, and we put them out with a glass of milk, and we Christmas morning, first thing in the morning, and open presents. And we don't put any Christmas presents under the tree until Christmas Eve after Jaden goes to sleep. So it's a big surprise for him when he wakes up when all the presents are under the tree and things like that. And we haven't really came up with any other traditions right now, but like I said, we're in the process of creating new traditions and things like that. Next question, what is your favorite guilty pleasure? How did you come up with Jaden's name? What does it mean? Do you plan on getting Jaden into sports? And would you rather be stranded on a remote island or in the middle of the desert? Okay, first thing, what is my favorite guilty pleasure? That would probably have to be shopping. I feel really bad when I spend money on myself, but at the same time, I love to shop, and I love shoes, and I love clothes. The typical girl, so anytime I get to spend money on myself, especially for clothes, I love clothes, I get really excited, and I always feel guilty afterwards, but I guess definitely shopping and clothes is my favorite guilty pleasure. How did you come up with Jaden's name? It's just a name that we heard and liked. I wanted to name Jaden Xander, but Thomas did not want to have anything to do with that, so we just kind of had a compromise, and we both agreed on the name Jaden. Didn't have any significant meaning for us, we just liked the way it sounded, and his middle name is Isaac, and we thought Jaden and Isaac sounded good together, so that's how we came up with his name. I actually found it in a baby book, and he liked it because it was on Star Wars or something, I don't know. And so yeah, that's how we picked it. I'm not sure what it means. I think it means, I can look it up real fast actually on Google. It's on my computer right here. Okay, so it's saying that it means God has heard, and it's a Hebrew origin, which doesn't really hold a lot of meaning for us since we are not religious, but that's that. Do you plan on getting Jaden into sports? Definitely, definitely, definitely. When he turns 3 next year, we are putting him in gymnastics. I think gymnastics is a great sport for both girls and boys because it creates such great skills, and it builds strength and muscle and flexibility, and you need both of those to be good in sports. So we're definitely starting him out in gymnastics. Super, super excited about starting him out next year in gymnastics. And hopefully, you know, when he gets older, hopefully he chooses to like sports, and I would like to see him play baseball, football, and basketball. So it's whatever he wants to do, but we'll definitely be encouraging him to participate in sports. And would I rather be stranded on a remote island or in the middle of the desert? Definitely a remote island. Yeah, being stranded in the middle of the desert does not sound too fun to me. So, when do y'all want to start trying to conceive for baby number 2? Sometime in the future. If we were more financially stable, we would definitely want another one now. I definitely want another baby, and I wish that we could make it happen now. I'm definitely ready to have another one, but with me in school full time right now, in college, it's just not feasible right now to have another baby, and I've still got 2 years of college left. So hopefully once I graduate, then we can start talking about baby number 2. Definitely want more kids, and definitely cannot wait. But with me going to school and not working, it's just not something that we can fit in right now. And also, Thomas and I are not married yet. The same reason being that we want a big white wedding, and we want it to be really nice, and right now we just don't have the extra money to throw a big wedding, so we are waiting until we save up a good amount of money to have a big wedding, and I'd like to get married before we have baby number 2. Okay, what have you guys decided to do about Jaden's eye? Like I said, he has a doctor's appointment on this coming Wednesday, so we'll know more about that then. But as of right now, if he does need surgery, then it's definitely something. If he does need surgery to correct the alignment, then it's definitely something we want to do. Yeah, I definitely don't like the idea of my baby getting surgery, but if it's going to correct his eyes, then it's definitely something we are going to do, because kids can be cruel. How do you like living with Thomas's parents? Are you close with his parents? I would say I'm pretty close with his parents, and I'm pretty comfortable with them. I can go out with them by myself and hang out and things like that. But it's living with them is definitely not an ideal situation. It's just they were kind enough to, you know, let us live here until I get through school. So that was really, really nice of them, really generous. But it's definitely not an ideal situation. We would definitely rather have our own place, but we make it work. There's definitely the little, what do you want to call it, Thomas?
I call it a hiccup. There's hiccups.
Thomas says there's definitely hiccups. I don't really know what he means by that, but there's definitely little arguments here and there about not doing your dishes and things like that, and silly things like that come with, you know, living with his parents. But for the most part, it's pretty good, and I mean, definitely would rather have our own place, but it's not terrible. And they are super, super awesome with Jaden, and they don't ever step on Thomas or my toes, and they listen to us when they're not the kind of people that will go behind our back and do things with Jaden that we don't want him to do. They've always been really good with that. They definitely always ask us first before they do things, and they'll ask us if he can go upstairs with them and things like that. So they're really, really good about that. They definitely respect our wishes. Did you grow up in Ohio? Yes, I did. I've always lived in Ohio my whole life. What are you getting Jay for Christmas? He's getting some puzzles. He loves puzzles. Some clothes. He's getting a little kitchen set. A little remote control truck. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Remote control truck. A little walking puppy thing that has a little control with it. He's got a Mr. Potato Head. I'm trying to think because I just wrapped him last night. Mr. Potato Head.
Scooter. A
little scooter thing that you guys probably saw me riding around in Walmart. He's getting that. Anything else?
I think there's something else.
I can't remember, but basically the big thing is the kitchen thing, and he's getting some fake dishes and things like that. He just had a birthday, so and we already have a ton of toys, so he really doesn't need much else, but... next question. If you could choose just one cloth diaper to use every day, what would it be? Once again, people ask me this daily, and I don't know. I don't know if I could use just one cloth diaper, what it would be. Probably would be a pocket diaper. Maybe a Charlie Banana is the one I'm really in love with right now. So maybe that. Maybe a Soft Ones Omni. I like those too. I like the Tot Spots Easy Fit. Yeah, I definitely can't choose just one. If I was stuck with one all day, it would be fine because I like them all. How long have you and Thomas been together? We have been together since my senior year in high school.
November 26, 2007.
November 26, 2007. If you want an exact date. We dated before that, but then broke up and then got back together, so... there's that. What struggles did you have while breastfeeding, if any? We definitely had the pain that comes with breastfeeding in the beginning. We had the sore nipples and things like that. And I think the biggest struggle I had was I was too afraid to breastfeed in public. I wouldn't even breastfeed in front of Thomas's parents, and I'm pretty close with them, so that was definitely a huge struggle. So I think that kind of led to my downfall as well, because I relied on my pump too much. I pumped a lot and fed him from a bottle most of the time. What are you studying in school? I'm studying to become a middle childhood teacher, so that covers, and my two areas of study are English and math, so when I graduate and get my license, I'll be able to teach grades 4 through 9 subjects math in English. And what's your favorite cloth diaper and why? Okay, so yeah, I've already answered that. What's your dream job? My dream job would be to be a stay-at-home mom. If we could afford it, if sometime in the future, if Thomas landed a job that would allow me to be a stay-at-home mom, I would definitely jump at that opportunity. I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom ever since I was little, but with today's economy and things like that, it's just not something I see in our future, because we want to have a big family. So in order to support them, I'm sure I'm going to have to work. But if I had to choose a job where I actually had to go to work, my dream job would probably be, I don't know, I'm really fascinated with pregnancy and birth and newborn, so I think I'd really like to be either like a midwife or a labor and delivery nurse. I think that would be super cool. But, I'd also like to be a teacher, obviously, since that's the career path I've chosen. I always say it's the next best thing to being a stay-at-home mom, because you are off on weekends and on holidays and on snow days and things like that. When do you guys want to TTC again? And do you still want 4 kids? Yes, I still want 4 kids. Do you still want 4 kids, Thomas?
I want however many kids we can properly support financially. So depending on how our future goes, that's roughly my number.
Okay, I don't know if you heard him or not, but that's what he said. And I definitely want 4 kids. Hopefully, you know, we are financially stable enough to make that happen. I originally wanted 6, but I dwindled it down to 4. So it's going to be kind of hard to compromise, to talk me down any lower than 4, because I've always wanted a big family. My grandma had 11 kids, so I'm really used to big families. Next question, how long did you breastfeed Jaden? I breastfed Jaden until he was 8.5 months. I really wanted to make it at least until a year, but my milk supply just kind of dwindled down next to nothing, to where I'm like, you know, I'm pumping and I'm hardly getting anything. It's not even worth it anymore. So I stopped at 8.5 months, and I really think the reason is I relied on my pump way too much because I wasn't comfortable breastfeeding in front of people. Also, because I was going back to school, I had to pump so that he could be fed a bottle when I was at school, because I went right back to school after he was born, pretty much. Next question, why aren't you trying harder to make Jaden sleep in his own bed, and when are you going to do it? We're really not trying that hard, because while we're living here at Thomas's parents' house, Jaden does not have his own room. He shares a room with me and Thomas, so he has a toddler bed in our room, but it's like literally 1 step away from our bed, so I really don't see that much of a difference from him sleeping in his own bed and in our bed, because, you know, they're right next to each other. And I don't know, it just works for us. It doesn't really cause any problems, and he sleeps all through the night when he's sleeping with us, and we've tried to put him in his bed, and he always wakes up and ends up back in our bed anyways, so I don't know why we don't try harder. We just don't see a problem with it. And the way I look at it is, I don't like to sleep by myself, and I enjoy sleeping with Thomas and cuddling and staying warm, so I wouldn't want to sleep in an empty, cold bed by myself either, so I don't make him do it. When he's ready to sleep in his own bed, I'm sure he will. So when are we going to do it? I don't know, whenever he's ready to sleep on his own. Next question, do you plan to homeschool? No, we do not plan to homeschool. We definitely plan on sending him to a public school, because I don't feel like I am qualified enough to teach Jaden myself. I know I'm going to school to become a teacher, but there's no way in hell that I would be smart enough to teach him physics or chemistry or any of that high school level stuff. Definitely not. Or even history or anything like that. Definitely not. I mean, I could probably handle the math and the English, since, you know, that's what I'm going to school for, that's what I like. But those other subjects, there's no way that I know enough to teach him. And the people who teach, they go to school specifically for what they want to teach. There's 3 different things that you can go to school for. Early childhood, which is they focus only on pre-K to 3rd grade. And then there's middle school that focuses on grade 4 through 9. And then there's AYA, which is 9 through 12. So I think that they're way more qualified to teach them. They go to school for it. They learn the psychology behind teaching them. They learn the techniques on how to teach them. They learn the curriculum. They have to pass really hard tests, the praxis test, to even become licensed to be a teacher. And I know that they are way more qualified than I am to teach him. Plus, I also think that you learn a lot more than just the curriculum. There's more that goes on. I believe that there's more that you learn in school than just the curriculum. You learn how to get along with each other. You learn how to obey authority and rules. You learn guidelines. There's a lot more that goes on than just the curriculum. And also, I think that when you are in a public school, it's an easier transition to college. So yeah, that's why we are sending them to public school. But I also think that it's great if you decide to homeschool your kids. I think that's really awesome. But I don't think that I'm qualified enough. Whereas, you know, people that go to school and get trained to do all that. Okay, and then would you ever consider a home birth? I wish I could say yes to this question, but I'm such a big baby when it comes to pain that I don't think that I could ever make it through labor and delivery without an epidural. I would love to. I would love, love, love to have a water birth. I think that would be so awesome, and I say this to Thomas all the time, but I honestly don't think that I could go through with it on my own. When I was in labor with Jaden, you know, waiting for the anesthesiologist to come give me my epidural, I was like, had tears in my eyes. The contractions hurt so bad, and I hadn't even been experiencing them that long before I got my epidural. I got my epidural like right when I got to the hospital. So I just have a really low tolerance for pain, so I don't think I could ever do it, but I would definitely, definitely love to. So yeah, that's all your questions, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys later.